Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to what will be our final game of Starladder Season 8's group stages. It's going to be Relax, You Are Doing Fine, formerly Poseidon against OSG. I'm LD, and I have the pleasure to be joined here today by Ted. How you doing, Mr. Period Flex?
I'm doing fine. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, you sound pretty good. Well, I guess we'll see what the viewers think in 2 minutes once the stream delay catches
great.
up.
I've set it to continuous. I mean, I find that Mumble's a lot better for dealing with people talking at the same time. The problem with Skype is when one person's talking, the other person is kind of, you know what I mean? It's not good for conversations. So yeah, okay.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
This is more like it. Look at this. Venno Clock, I think, is a really, really, really good, strong first two picks. I really like Venno, and I really like Clock. I've played a lot of games against Venno lately, ever since all the buffs that he's had, and he is a fucking nightmare to play against.
Yeah, even if you win, you're just not, you don't have a good, like, you don't enjoy the game, right?
Yeah. Because think about all the times you have a fight, there's a Venno that you're up against, you think, yeah, we killed 3 of them, but 2 of you die trying to limp back to base because you've been poisoned to death. It's like it just happens so often. Venomatsu is good at the I died but so do you kind of fuck you kills. He's good for that.
Yeah, and he's really good if you have someone else who is like AoE and or is like a good finisher, and that's where Clockwork comes in. Obviously, Hook and Rocket are really good for chasing arrows down and save for battery assault, so really strong team fight combination already. And they're good ganking, good counter pushing, pretty well-rounded opening from Relax. As for OSG, more of like a single target kind of bursty style lineup. Disruption and arrow is obviously strong, and this is a real, if they want to run this as an aggressive tri-lane, this can kill pretty much anyone if you time the disruption arrow right.
Yeah,
that being said, if they get to the mid game, they're going to have to rely on ganks more, because right now their team fight is not as strong.
I think, I don't know, I think Visage is a strong hero. If you look at the team they've got, Visage is hard to kill and does a lot of damage. Wow, okay, so there's Chen as well. That's this is going to be a pain in the ass to play against this team. I don't know how good their Chen player is, but he's a pain in the ass, an absolute pain in the ass to play against a good Chen. A bad Chen is a curse for your team. But look at this. This is some survivability. This is hard to kill. Timbersaw is hard to kill. I wish they could get Bristleback, but he's been banned. I'd like to see Bristleback in a pro game.
He's really strong, actually. I mean, I don't think he's quite as. I think he is, like, there are some drawbacks to the hero. He's an offlaner who doesn't have any lockdown. He does need quite a bit of farm to be useful later on. He doesn't do as much with it as, like, some other heroes, but he's just really hard to bully out of lane. And obviously, if he goes well with Venno, especially. Like, people are dropping low from Poison Nova, great. You've got the Quills to just run them down. Those two are really good over prolonged team fights. And I don't know if Bristleback would have ended up being that great this game. For Relax, at least, because OSG have a lot of burst damage, and they've got Soul Catcher, the pure damage from a Timbersaw. It is reduced by Bristleback, but it's just so much damage it kind of overwhelms it anyway. But, well, no Bristleback this game, so we'll have to see what they turn to instead.
Yeah, interesting. I'd like to see what... I'm not sure what Relax could pick up next here. So I guess they're going to put Clock either... You could put Clock mid, I think, because you're probably going to be up against someone, but yeah, so maybe Clock off or mid. I guess Juggernaut in lane with Venno, Chen in the jungle. Then they could either pick a... They could potentially pick a mid or an off lane here, couldn't they?
For Relax, you mean? Or for OSG?
Yeah, for Relax.
Yeah, Clock should be their offlaner, so I think so. Most likely looking at a solo mid here. Venno can go offlane and Clock can go mid. I would say it's either Clock. It's either Venno offlane or Clock offlane. I think and the other one could be Farmy mid, but I think most likely Venno support, Chen support, Clock offlane, and they still at that point would go for a solo mid. The main reason I'd say Clock's likely to be the offlane is because there's not many offlaners left in the pool at this point. Elder Titan's gone, Bristleback's gone. So if they put him mid, then I guess they could go Prophet's banned as well. So yeah, I don't know who they would put there.
They could put a bounty. I mean, that helps with the Mirana ult. You can get some tracks off and stuff, extra moolah. I like bounty. I just love bounty.
I feel like they need more damage, though. Like, to me, Relax needs like more AoE, more just like burst, and bounty's more of like a... If you have a lot of high damage output heroes already, he's kind of...
How about a Quap? Would you like a Quap here?
Yeah, I think Quap would be pretty good. Storm would be good as well.
Yeah.
Because OSG only have the arrow for lockdown.
Well, yeah, I guess. I mean, you got disruption as well. So he could they could disrupt into something.
Right, into the familiar stomps. That's true.
Yeah.
But they don't have a whole lot of reliable lockdown, I guess is the point.
No. They're a little light on stuns. But then again, Relax have only got one stun, I guess, which is the clockwork hook, which is kind of a mini stun into cogs, but they don't have any stuns.
Yeah, not many stuns. And they have lots of good setup for arrow, though. I guess that's pretty nice. And actually, Naga sets up, obviously, like, the net's a good setup, but you can also song and then just cancel song right as the arrow's about to connect, so that's pretty good, too.
That's good. I haven't done that. That's a good one. Naga Siren is a hell of a fun hero. I don't think I've ever played a game with her where I've thought, man, this isn't going well. Like, she just seems to have it all. You can set up, you can escape, the net is ludicrous. I mean, just think about net. It's like the most ridiculous ranged sort of tackle in the game. I can't think of it easy. Like, it's easy. You don't even have to aim that shit. They give Meepo nothing. The Meepo's net should not be AoE. You should be able to target that shit. Then you transform them into an awesome hero, but holy shit. LD. So there you go. They're going to put Lone Druid, I guess. Well, he could go off on mid as well. I reckon they're going to put the clock mid. I really do.
Maybe, yeah, actually, with this pick, maybe that is the case at that point, because, well, the key. So here's the thing for Relax, right? They're running a push strat basically. I mean, they do scale decently into late game, but when you pick like Juggernaut, Chen, Lone Druid, you just want to take towers. That's simply the point of the lineup. So the key to doing that is, more than anything, the Lone Druid has to be farmed. If he doesn't have like a Radiance and some big items around the 20 to 30 minute mark, they're probably going to lose because, well, they might not lose, but they're going to have a much harder time executing their strategy and taking the game. So his farm priority is definitely the most important on this team.
Right.
After the first 10 minutes, I would say. So,
and he doesn't want to be up against the Visage, Mirana, Shadow Demon, or whatever lane it'll be.
Yeah,
you
could try and use like the bear to block arrow. So there's some ways to deal with that tri lane, but it's still difficult, I would say.
Yeah.
We'll see what they do, though. We'll see what they do.
You're the professional, LD. You're the professional.
I mean, the only thing is, like, if the other option is to, say, put Clockwork off lane and Lone Druid mid, and he can take pretty much anyone 1v1. Even OD, he does pretty well against. I'd say he's one of the better matchups for OD outside of Razor. But we'll see.
Razor, I played Razor, actually. He's one of those heroes, I'm sure you know how it is, because you're like this. Oh, that's a boring hero. But a lot of those heroes are only boring because you've played them a lot or you've come up against them a lot. But like the first time I played Lifestealer, I was like, this is amazing. Like the first time I played Razor, I was like, God, this is so much fun. Like I just had never played those heroes before. There was some heroes I played the first time and I was like, this is boring. Like I didn't enjoy Silencer at all. But I haven't got to Tiny yet in the A to Z. I've hardly played him at all. But even Chen I found kind of fun because having the creep army. Once my friend said to me, all right, stop focusing on creeps. All you're doing, as my friend Gary, he's the guy who got me into Dirt in the first place. He was like, you're focusing too much on getting creeps. Every single time that I look at you, you're just trying to get creeps. Fuck the creeps. Just get a Dagon and just go ham and just run at people. And I did that, and we won the game. And he was right. So
did you use the penitence and the Dagon extra damage?
Yeah, just give him the old zip zap zoop, and it was great. He was like, don't worry about the creeps. If you're near the jungle, grab some creeps. Go for it. But don't just be focused on creeps because your micro is shit anyway. Just become the Chen that runs people, and I did. Well, he was right.
Well, how are you going to get better though if you don't? Do you think you're a lost cause? Like you'll never be able to micro?
Yeah, dude. The micros. That's it. It's done. I press the wrong button when I have one hero. When I have too many heroes, like there were a couple of times when I like tab between heroes and got a sick block off on someone or a really nice stomp or something. But once the A to Z is done, there are a bunch of heroes I'm never going back to. Any of the heroes in my crew. I mean, I've got to get through Visage. That's going to be tough. It's just tough. I know a lot of people will say, "Oh, new people," but like, exactly. Well, like Andy says to me, he says, "Ted, do you realize that 99% of the people in chat mocking your Meepo play are no better than you at Meepo? Like that's why you don't see him picked. Is because if you see a good player play Meepo, it's like, holy shit, this is ridiculous. If you think about it, he can farm like 4 places at one time. He should be insanely good. But the payoff is you've got to be really, really, really good." Yeah. This is a 5-man smoke gang, by the way.
He got hit, like, the changes that they made to Meepo, which I think initially people thought might actually make him stronger, like getting 2 Meepos a bit earlier at a lower level. Yeah, we'll see a level 1 smoke gang here. But his night vision got nerfed a lot, because he used to be one of those heroes that could see really far at night, and looks like this should be our first blood.
Oh, there we go. Poor Dread.
Yeah, and as well as stat sharing getting nerfed on Aghanim Scepter really hurt him, so...
I'm not quite sure why they felt they need to nerf him, because surely, like...
Because I think Ice Frog thought that like, I believe he was trying to buff him, and what he did ended up not helping him at all. But
yeah,
giving him more meepos earlier, in theory, it does mean you could start stacking camp sooner, and so maybe you accelerate your farm curve a little bit, but the changes to night vision are they hurt him a lot, and obviously the nerf to Aghanim Scepter stat sharing hurts quite a bit as well. So
you know, the main thing I think is that kind of buff of you get a meepo earlier is, well, that's only really a benefit to someone who can play meepo anyway. Like, you're not going to fix him as a hero for people who are shit with meepo,
right,
like me, right? You're never going to fix him. He's just one of those
heroes. He should be balanced around like people who are good with him, though, right?
Yeah, no, exactly, yeah. But it's just like, I don't think he's ever going to be like widely picked. Like, there's always a feeling of dread in the pit of my stomach when I'm playing with someone who, like, picks Meepo, because you think, oh my god, please let them be good. He's so often he'll lose the game for you because they just don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, he definitely can.
So
he's one of those heroes, like, you never want to see your teammate playing him unless you know the guy is a Meepo player. Like, if Gods is playing Meepo, great, because Gods is a Meepo player and he's really good at him. But, you know, if, like, some random puppy is, I'm just going to be like, well, we're 4v6 this game, guys.
I'm crying right now. I'm going to start off with a little bit of crying just to get ahead of the game.
A little bit of crying, a lot less trying as well.
So this is Jug mid. And this is weird because... So Chen is level 1 and a bit. Veno's going around warding. He's level 1. He's only got 40 XP. I don't know. This reminds me... I've seen a few games where there's a lot of focus on moving around and all this kind of stuff, but... It's kind of easy to fall behind. I'm not sure if I quite get the whole
Jug mid
run around. Yeah, just kind of running around. I mean, look at this. Venom's still only level 1. Of course, they've got that level 1 gank, so they're already behind. And all this running around early doors has they're pretty far behind. Look at the...
Yeah, I mean, they'll be catching up at some point, though, with the Chen in the jungle. If he's left unchecked, he'll find a Wildkin eventually and can farm a stack. So basically, the reason they're putting Juggernaut mid is because Clockwork's their best offlaner. For the Jug, the most important thing is getting levels, because he just needs to level up Healing Ward. In the mid game, it's really all about the Lone Druid and the Chen. Those are the two big heroes for the push, with the mech, the Trend Creeps, and the Lone Druid having some damage items and just general farm. So the main goal for this is to get the Lone Druid a good safe lane and to protect mid. And this should be a hard combo to hit, because, well, actually, doesn't get the Blade Fury off in time. But the thing is, this combo can't easily kill Juggernaut mid, because if you're just mashing Blade Fury, it's very, very hard to hit that Disruption and Arrow. And even if you do, like, finishing him is difficult as well.
Yeah, because of the spin and all that, so
yeah, they just want... Their goals are get Jug levels, get Lone Druid farm, and get whatever you can for the Chen out of the jungle. And we don't expect offlane to do well. We don't really expect the Veno to get a whole lot. And we don't expect to win mid, but we just want to get the levels.
This could be a dead Clock. But no, nice Gale. That was a nice Gale. Clock almost died there, and there was a nice Gale bot to just give him the old fuck off Gale. It's... But, I mean, this is the thing with Veno. He's like Poison Sting now is so ridiculously strong. I honestly think he's probably, in my opinion, it's a toss-up between him and Crystal Maiden. I don't even think that's up for debate. It's like as the best supports in the game. I thought Lich was going to be, but I don't know, man. I mean, I love me some Lich, but if I have a Veno or a Crystal Maiden on my team, I feel good about it.
Yeah, they're like fairly easy supports to execute as well, because... Well, Crystal Maiden, not so much. But Veno, it's like, as long as you just drop Poison over to teamfight, you've kind of done your job. Spamming wards is not difficult, so...
I mean, they're
good, like, entry-level supports.
Time. Like, literally, with Veno, all you have to do is, if you're in a teamfight, like, that's why people get Shadowblade and Force Staff and stuff, so they can just get in there and get as many people as possible. It's like, yep, you've done your job. But, like, when I first started playing, a lot of the goons in LLJK were like, yep, all you got to do is drop your Veno ult, you're just a suicide bomber, it's no problem. Oh, look at that. That is the strength of Battery Assault. She can't cast shit. It's so disgusting. I love it. Like, there's a ton of spells you didn't realize could get interrupted by Battery Assault. It's like a ton of spells. You think, oh, I'll be fine. I'll just cast Fissure here. But you can't even cast Fissure. There's a whole bunch of stuff. Battery Assault is disgusting.
Yeah, I think the worst here to play against Clockwork is in my experience, is Earthshaker. Because if you get trapped, can't do shit. And you can Echo Slam, that's it. That's it.
Yeah. And it's like, great, I Echo Slammed the lone Clockwork, and he's like, cool.
Yeah, and he's got that annoying little, like, persnickety laugh as well. Oh, God.
Clockwork! Gyrocopter was fun to play, actually. I hadn't played him. You know what I played?
Have you gotten the Sniper yet?
No, Sniper's coming.
Sniper, I like Sniper. I think he's got the best voice, and by that I mean it's the most obnoxious, which is what I look for.
Gotcha, ganker, stuff like that.
Take that, you wanker!
I have not had much luck with Sniper. He's not my hero. I say that about 90% of the heroes, but he is not my hero. I don't know why. Standing at the back, I'm more of a running in blindly. That's why I had a lot more fun with Starladder, to be honest with you.
Wow, this Mirana's making plays, but not able to get off the double starfall there. She's been pretty on point with the arrows, though.
Yeah.
I'm somewhat worried for OSG right now, because their lineup has good counter push, but I don't think it's enough to deal with Chen Lone Druid, and the Lone Druid's getting free farm, even though they're farming pretty well on the Naga, who, by the way, is not a support this game. I don't know if we really talked about that, but it's not a support Naga, it actually is a farmer. Wow, Lone Druid not going Midas. He's going to go Phase Boots here first. Might go back for Midas Radiance. It is going to help him zone the Timber Saw of late, though.
So I've just realized this is Dread, formerly of rox.kis, isn't it? That's playing for
yeah, I'm a Dread fanboy. He's one of my favorite players, and especially in the CIS scene. He was like a pioneer for Axe, actually. He once led his team to beat Na'Vi. It might have been when he was on rox.kis in like 15 to 20 minutes. They beat Na'Vi with an Axe strat. And this was before Axe got some buffs in the last patch.
So was this the old creep pulling Axe?
Yeah, it was like the pub style creep skipping. Like, you know, they were on the Radiant side and he just went here to the Dire top lane and just creep skip.
God, really cool. I've had that. I mean, I've had that in pub games and we just like stood here. Like, what the fuck do we do now? Like, we're just down there, just looking at this guy killing all our creeps and our tower going down. You think, I have no idea what I should be doing.
It's really bad. I mean, there's a few things you can try and do. One of them is to, like, pull their creeps away from the lane. So, sure, he kills your creeps, but at least, you know, he's not pushing the tower down. Obviously, it's ideal not to have melee heroes versus him. Like, if you can have, like, a Shadow Demon Mirana or something, you know, some ranged heroes, that's good. But, yeah, I think, like, just pulling the creeps away, and you can either bring them just to the big camp over here, or you can even just walk them down the river towards mid.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just, shitty, though, when you have their own matchup.
Like, I think we were up against, like, I think it was something behind that had quite a bit of push. Like, maybe, like, Nature's Prophet and Enigma and Axe. So Axe just stood here, like, giving it the old creep pull, and meanwhile, the Uncle Dolans and the trees just punched this tower down. I was like, great! I mean, you know, the only lineup that I have more fun, like that, I love the early push strats because it kind of messes with people's brains, right? The favorite one, I don't know if they fixed it, I think they might have done. Look over here, LB. There's this over in the bot lane tier 1, right? You go in here with Earthshaker and Windrunner. Windrunner power shots this way, takes out a bunch of trees. You walk down here as Earthshaker, you eat a bunch of trees, and me and Shane tried this. You can make a creep house in the back of the trees here, okay? Like a house. Like there's a living room over here, there's like a bathroom over here, and then you stand and you force the creeps, it's actually up by the tier 2, down this tunnel, and you can stack up like 50 creeps. And the guys down here get nothing. Like literally nothing. And then you unleash the creeps, and this army of creeps just walks down here and takes a Rax in like 10 minutes. It's amazing.
Now, Pyrian, I'm going to let you finish, but that's actually been done in a pro game. I don't know if you were aware of that. And
no, I was not aware of that.
Okay, so...
That is a kill, by the way. They killed the Chen.
So Tongfu, this was like shortly after Zhou joined the roster, one of their first games of WPCAs. They did it on the Radiant side, and I think their Earthshaker got a Quelling Blade, and I forget exactly where it was, but it was like somewhere in these trees... near the, if you look at the minimap, you can't see on the actual screen, but like somewhere around there, he like ate a ton of trees, fissure blocked a bunch of creeps, and then they unleashed the creep wave. Right, it was like, you know, I don't know, 10 waves or something, built up a huge eight waves, whatever, a ton of creeps. Problem was they were up against level 5 Darkseer, so he ion shelled 2 creeps, and he got like, you know, 1,000 gold or, you know, 1,500 gold. So that definitely works sometimes, but you need to be up, like, it only works against the right lineups.
Oh, yeah. We were up against, like, a Faceless Void and something else, and they could, like, they tried to stand and fight. It was pretty brave. It was, like, 300. But instead of having the hot gates behind them, they just had, like, 1 million people running at them and just punching them, and they died. It was awesome.
Yeah. So, guys,
I'm not sure if they fixed it or not, but sorry, yeah, carry on.
I guess we should at least mention, it is 2-2. We're 9 minutes in now. It looks like an even game. They did actually kill the Chen in the river. Juggernaut Omnislash, then went into a Blade Fury, killed Shadow Demon as Murano was trying to get him out of there with a Moonlight Shadow, but that was not in time, so... I'm still worried for OSG. They do have Naga, who's one of the better heroes to stop pushes.
Yeah.
Have you watched Miracle play Naga?
No. No, I haven't.
So he does like he's like the cheekiest little wanker you'll ever see on Naga, basically.
Okay.
Like he'll you can make the illusions with mirror image, right? And we'll see a hookshot bottom lane. But he'll just like be pulling, he'll like backstab waves, or like creep skip with the illusions. He goes Radiance usually, and it's like even if you're up by 20k gold, it's almost impossible to push against a farm Naga if it's executed correctly, because you never have creeps, and like the Naga can push 2 or 3 lanes pretty much constantly. So she's actually pretty good as a hero at dealing with the push potentially.
Cool.
But we'll see.
She's great. I think she's a great hero for setups. The only thing I would say is that I'm looking at OSG's lineup, and what are they going to use her to set up? I mean,
Arrow's like really it.
Yeah, because normally you would use her to set up something like a Black Hole or an RP or an Elder Titan, so something like that. So it's I mean, she's a great support. Don't get me wrong, but I'm just not quite sure how she fits into this specific lineup. Maybe they'll prove me wrong, but I don't know. I kind of like her for the song into something. I'm not quite sure what it is. When you've already got Shadow Demon, it's like he can do that. You know what I mean? And
yeah, I'm trying to think from their perspective. Riptide's good at just dealing with the bear because it reduces the armor, so it makes it easier to kill. Also, Ensnare is decent against the Lone Druid bear, as well as versus Juggernaut. Ensnare is pretty good because you can ensnare through Blade Fury. So
right, but they're just doing carry Naga Siren here anyway. So I guess they're just thinking, like, it doesn't matter which, she's just a carry. And I guess that we'll use the song as the, oh shit, I'm being ganked, oh, I'm going to run away kind of song.
Yeah, and Relax actually can't really stop Song unless they hookshot the Naga and catch her completely by herself with Battery Assault. That's the only way she'll die. Cause otherwise...
Does it have a cast time? Like, will Battery Assault interrupt Song?
No, she can't get it off because like she keeps on waving her arms trying to cast it. And
yeah, so Battery Assault will interrupt it. Okay.
Well, once she gets it off, though, it's fine.
Right, yeah, of course. Yeah, but
it's not like a channeling spell. It's like something you could just turn on and off, basically.
Right. But I mean, basically, like if you're being battery assaulted, you ain't casting no hook shot.
Exactly.
Yeah. So there is a phase boots on the clock, which I like. I normally get mana boots on him, but he's got a bottle instead, which I think is a really good move. And this should be a dead Nagasaran.
She's gonna scout it, but it might be too late.
Yeah, if he can catch her. Oh, the moonlight. By a moonlight shadow, as Mike Oldfield would sing, and he jukes the arrow. Nice.
Dem jukes. Big plays.
Good cogs. The best thing about Clock is like fighting around the steps. For him, it's like great. We can fight on the steps because his cogs is so good around any kind of choke point like that. Like most heroes don't really want to fight around. Like I don't know. Most times when I play, this should be a dead Visage.
Dead Clockwork as well, I believe.
Wait, he might live! He lives!
Wow.
He gets an earn charge from the Veno and he walks away.
Wow.
Nice.
Meanwhile, top lane, they forced a bunch of TPs mid, so, like, okay, we're gonna push now, but Timbersaw's here, so it's gonna be a bit tough.
Yeah. DD Timber, we're gonna pick up a little bit of farm. Looking at some graphs. XP, well, Relax are up by 1500.
They've got a Midas, so that
400.
experience gap is gonna grow as well. Lone Druid did go back for Midas.
Indeed. You a Mike Oldfield fan? Do you know even who I'm talking about?
I am uncultured swine and do not know who you're talking about.
Never heard of the song Tubular Bells? No? How old are you, LD? I always forget.
27.
Well, meh.
Is that before my time, or...?
Well, it was before my time, but I mean...
I listen to music that was made before I was born, but not that particular song.
Mike Oldfield had an album called Tubular Bells, and it was like an instrumental. It's like an hour long. It was the 70s, not the 60s. Yes, yeah. All right. So, have you seen The Exorcist?
No, I wouldn't say.
You've never seen the film The Exorcist, really? All right. Well, there's a famous.
I don't watch many horror movies in general.
It's like a classic, dude.
I know.
Anyway,
like I said, I'm uncultured swine. What can I say?
Okay, yeah. Well, you should watch The Exorcist. There's a scene where the priest turns. This should be a dead judge, but he might be able to spin out here on these slashes. He's gonna turn around on him. Clock coming in with the cogs. Nope, he's not gonna cog anybody. Shadow Demon might get another bit of the old poison sting on him. I think he might die. No, Shadow Demon dies. Jug, healing ward, OP, and he is fine. He turned that around quick. That's a good TP from Clock.
Man, bracers win games. He would not have lived without this bracer.
Bracer is OP, and the best thing is you can turn it into another thing. Turn it into drum slayer, which is always a good item.
You know what's funny about drums is it keeps on getting nerfed, or it's been nerfed like 3 or 4 times, but it's still such a good item that people still buy it.
Yep. Yep.
Drum, the bongos of good wins and easy games.
Yep.
The bringers of fun. And here you go. So yeah, I mean, it's going to be a push strat. So for RX, the key items here are going to be, in no particular order, the mech, which they already have, the Radiance Alone Druid, which he's still working towards. Venno just wants some levels. They already have an urn, so Jug Drums
I like
can go
RX's
Vlad's next,
setup.
maybe.
I like RX's setup. I really do, because, like, here's the way I like to see it when I play is, oh wait, this could be a Marana gank here. They're going to try and catch the Lone Druid out, or somebody, they're going to catch the Dread out.
That is the deadest Chen.
But he's dead.
The thing is, he doesn't want to lose his creep army here.
Yeah, he does. He tries to mech through it, but no good. In goes the bear. First hit and tangle. Are you kidding me? And now the trolls are going to throw their flipping troll things as well. There goes a bit of spit from KSI. There goes a Shadow Demon. Marana running hard. Jug comes in. Is his ult up? No, it's not, but he's going to spin anyway.
Spin to win. Spin to win.
You got to spin. You got to spin. You're going to catch it. Run, Chomi. Oh, Chomi's down. Nexus runs into the woods to hide. Cobweb trying to run away. How is he alive? How is he alive? That urn charge or something? What the fuck? All are healed. Chen has respawned. Heals him up. Visage goes down as well. Double kill for Lone Druid. Holy shit. I did not see that coming, LD.
Yeah, that was, like, you do not want to go on Lone Druid. And those early roots were pretty clutch as well, I gotta say.
Yeah,
but
first hit and tangle. What the fuck?
did Chen buy
GG.
back, or did he just respawn?
Yeah, he
just respawned.
He bought back. He respawned and mashed R as fast as he could, and it worked.
This is looking really bad for OSG. Their lineup needs
really
to be
is.
ahead, because Relax are so good at pushing. And
But they're
behind.
not ahead. They're not ahead, LD. They're behind.
They're very far behind
They're
now.
behind.
They will find a nice kill mid on the Clockwork. I mean, even though, like, I say they're behind and I say very far, sure, it's only a 1,500 gold deficit, and it actually is going back the other way, but it's just, like, the strength of RX's lineup is that they can do a lot with, like, fairly basic items. And, well, they're going to get to that point in the next 5 to 10 minutes. What OSG should try to do now is split push, farm as quickly as possible, and prepare for, like, that death push coming at, like, the 25 to 30 minute mark. Ideally try and, like, pressure the top tier 1. Maybe they can smoke gank, get a tower off of that. Because once Relax start pushing, OSG, they just don't split push that fast. I mean, maybe eventually... Well, Naga's not going Radiant. She's actually going Lincoln Sphere. Interesting.
Wow.
So, Lincoln's is not very good this game. I actually am shocked. What does it block? Doesn't help you against Clockwork. I mean, the Lincoln's is okay versus...
Entangle?
Yeah, it can block Entangle, Test of Fate, and Juggernaut. Oh, I do not like this Lincoln's choice at all. None of those are, like, spells that are worth getting a Lincoln's to block, in my opinion.
Yeah. Interesting.
And Big Numb, how sad is he? Also, Battery Cell interrupts the Timber Chain now as well, so that's one more good thing it does.
Yeah.
He's on the run. He's gonna go down.
Yeah. I mean, as if Timber wasn't sad enough already. It's like, oh great, now Battery Salt interrupts along with everything else.
Here comes the push! Dun, 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 dun.
That is a nice army. Like the troll, for me, the troll. What are they? Troll warlords? Are they called? The troll, dark troll summoner. That's the one you want. That is the money creep for Chen. He's got a net, and he can summon creeps to help the push. And as my friend likes to point out, my other friend over here, obviously you're my main friend, he can summon skeletons. They do piercing damage to towers.
Do they? They do piercing damage?
They do, buddy.
Wait, I thought piercing was reduced against towers. Isn't that what Venom wards do?
Oh, shut up. I'm just talking. They do piercing damage. I don't know the specifics. Don't question me, LD.
Jesus. P-Flex schooling me right now. I definitely did not know that.
They do piercing damage. And as far as I know, that's either really good against creeps or really good against towers.
It's really good against creeps. Piercing damage, I believe, is less effective against heroes. I think it's also reduced against towers, but I'm not 100% sure.
We'll see.
But,
someone in the chat will look it up and correct me in like 4 minutes' time.
Or me. We might both be wrong here.
Yeah, we could. We could. It's unlikely that I'll be wrong, to be quite honest with you.
It's unlikely that you'll be wrong. Oh, so modest, too.
Yeah.
Well, Relic's out. Bulldog's getting big.
Yeah.
Or
this
Shatchlow, if you want to call him that.
He's a flipping hard, tough hero, man. Lone Druid. Like, if Lone Druid with farm, what can you do, genuinely? The Relic is there. Did you say it's being... So, Le Radiance is being flown out right now? Or...
Oh, no, I'm saying it's coming soon.
Yeah, it is coming. He's coming. He's got the Relic.
OSG, just to me, like, they're not ready to fight yet. They need Bloodstone and Timbersaw. They need probably either a damage item or BKB and then a damage item on Mirana, and they just need time more than anything. Like, Lincoln's is out of Naga, but again, it's just not really a great pickup this game, so...
Blade Mail on Clock. I mean, I look at Clocks, he's got DD, he's got Phase Boots, he's got Blade Mail. That's already, I think, that's a lot of utility. This is the thing I was going to say before there was a fight. But basically, in order to buy the Lone Druid and the Jug Time, you've got Venno, and you've got Clock, and you've got Chen. And they're so good, I think, at keeping people occupied that it's like, okay, while we're dealing with Clockwork and Venno, which is a pretty disgusting combo in itself, I mean, you get someone in Cogs, they can't do much to get away because of Battery Assault. He's dropping Venom all over them, he's dropping wards and stuff. Are they going for Roche here, or am I...
you probably don't know. You don't want to Roche against this. OSG have Song and Moonlight Shadow, so very risky to try and go for Roche.
I think that... Why would they put 2 wards in there, then?
Well, they're setting up to do it soon, and as well as just generally warding the river, but... What they want to do now with the Radiance out is start pushing the Tier 1. So the Tier 1 mid and bottom still stands. So that should be the next objective here for Relax. And looks like that's what we're going to see from them. We'll have a quick pause. Puppy pause as OSG. Yeah, we'll let it slide.
Yeah. Who paused? Visage paused for Timbersaw. OSG Chomi is going to get hookshot here by the Clockwork.
You don't really want to hookshot him because he'll just leap out. So
that's
you want to try and find the Visage behind him if possible, or you bait out his leap first. But that's kind of hard to do.
So because leap is like no animation, you can just mash it and you jump, right?
Yeah, you can leap out of cogs.
Of course. Or you can turn invisible, all manner of things.
But they don't really need this kill. Like, for me, I think just start pushing the Tier 1s, and I think mid is where they'll begin here. Chen creeps, Bear, here we go.
Yep. Look at that.
Tier 1 mid's dead. OSG, do they get a trade here? No. Timbersaw backing off. Bottom lane, they're not pushing that fast. Yeah.
The fight
look at this Bear.
Has been transformed from just being an okay thing into like an absolute nightmare. Look at that tower just melt.
He like 3-shotted a quarter of the tower's health, which at this stage of the game is insane. He's, the only hero that's better than pushing the Lone Druid is Tiny when he gets farmed with that big club.
Apparently, piercing damage is reduced against towers. So you were right.
It's also reduced against heroes, I believe.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. But it does better against creeps. Yes. So it's good for pushing in that regard.
That's why Shadow Shaman wards are so good at like farming creeps. I don't know if you've ever noticed that, like, they try to cite the Aegis here, but not going to be successful. But, like, if you drop your Shadow Shaman wards, they actually will just, like, murder the creep wave. Oh, by the way, did you know that Shadow Shaman wards actually do a tiny amount of AoE damage? Or, like,
do they really?
They splash, but it's in, like, 100 radius or something, or 100 damage. It's like a tiny AoE.
No, I had no idea.
I learned that fairly recently. Even though I've been playing the game for like 8 years, there's like always some new mechanic you don't know that you're learning.
Especially because if you think about it, I remember when at TI3 when we went to the Valve building, and I was like, which hero was the worst hero for you guys? And they were like, Rubik, like hands down. Because all of a sudden, all the spells you had to think about, how do these interact with each other when it's the same friggin' spell? Like, what do we do? And the testing and all that, I mean, holy cow, what a hero.
Well, they're breaking base at 22 minutes. I said like 25 to 30, but they're looking to one-up me, and this is where OSG just don't... They do have this Desolator Medallion, so actually the Bear, not that survivable. I think this may be premature. There's still a Tier 2 top and a Tier 2 mid. I would rather see Relax go for those. I don't think they're quite ready to break the base, but they're going to try for it.
I don't know. You've got the Bear, you've got the creep. The Bear's got the Radiance, they've got the creep army from Chen.
Well, the problem is there's no Bear resummon and there's no AC, so the minus armor... Oh, in we go. Big Omni Slash.
Yeah.
Wow.
They still have Song, but there it goes. Oh, she's in trouble. She's gonna die.
Radiance?
Battery assault from Clock.
Oh, it was the battery assault.
Yeah,
Nice.
you can. Yeah, it doesn't matter. The song doesn't matter. Nice.
Oh my goodness.
Oh man.
And now Venom popped his ult.
Base.
Everyone back to base. Bear's low though. Oh no, they lost the bear. There's no resummon for 80 seconds. They got it back. They got it back right now.
I think I would be a fool and stay, but yeah, it's a wise decision to back. Run, Clock.
I really like this Desolator pickup though, because that's why the bear died so fast. Is the Desolator and the Medallion combination? It's a total of minus, was it 12 or 13? 13 armor. Minus 13 armor on a bear, which, I mean, the Spear Bear right now probably has like 8 or something. So it's basically sitting close to 0 armor once those are on it. This is where you need the AC next. But he's got 3.8k, so it's not too far off.
Nice.
Do you? How did your lone druid games go, by the way?
I think I won it the first time. Let me have a look on the.
Did you like do decently, or you just got carried, or?
Well, I mean, I played with the same group of people all the time, right? So it's not like I sort of go and get special groups of people to help me pass certain heroes. I tried to avoid that because I really didn't want to just like beat the challenge. I wanted to learn the heroes. Like that for me was the most important thing.
Right.
Like the challenge itself is secondary.
Except Meepo. Fuck that guy.
Except Meepo, I was happy to get carried past Meepo. But yeah, basically, although I didn't really, it took like 5 games. There is a fight going on here. Scooby-Doo in all kinds of trouble. Yeah. I mean, that Lincoln's, huh? That really helps against, like, all that stuff that just killed him.
Yeah. I mean, if he wanted to get, like, a utility item, he should have gone Manta. I mean, you can Manta dodge certain spells. It's good for getting out of Entangle, which Lincoln's obviously also helps you with that initial route, but I don't know. I don't like the item choice at all. I would have rather seen either Radiance or Manta. I think those were his 2 best items. Probably leaning towards Radiance strongly since... Oh, sorry, I missed that kill. Looks like the Chen did go down, and Dreadbye's back.
By the way, LD, it looks like when you click on a hero, it's just showing something to do with agility. I'm just looking at the stream now. It was like the status for agility was sort of frozen.
Chat's just raging about it now, which means that it's been there for 4 minutes.
Yeah,
Valve really needs to fix that, though. It's like, okay, so I'm trying to remember how it happens. Like, if you mouse over it, sometimes it gets stuck, but I don't know what causes it to get stuck.
Weird.
It's just one of those little things that, you know, like, will probably never get fixed because it's a minor issue and there's so many other major ones.
Hard to fix. Alright, so my Lone Druid game, it was my only Lone Druid game. I won the game. I went 3-9-14.
Wow.
So, yeah, so not great.
Have you tried the Medic Bear strategy?
No.
Well, let's purge his new t-shirts, man. You haven't seen them?
No, I haven't.
So basically, what you do is you just go like for a really early mech, and you're just kind of like a utility, like healing, pushing hero that never dies because you have a mech in your Lone Druid. And you can even go pipe if you want to be like a super team player.
Right.
I don't actually think it's that great of a build, but it's fun.
This is a prolonged fight to get these racks. Like I feel like you're right. Like they're forcing this. If this was the time, it would have happened.
They're just so close to AC. They're like, if Lone Druid farmed for like 2 minutes, he would have AC. Not even.
Having said that, the bear is. This is breakfast right now. These guys. He's like, I'm just gonna walk up and punch these. Clock going in. Omni Slash. Is he gonna be able to get the Miranda? No. She leaps into the trees.
Well, that's one way to live, but it ain't gonna save the racks. And down it goes. And now Relax giving chase and feed the bear to the well. Why the hell not? They'll retreat. Though. They did get the Rex, though, and the Aegis has just now expired. So ultimately, even though it seemed like they were brute forcing it, they get the Rex. The Aegis about to run out. It works out for them. So maybe we were wrong in the end. But I feel like they could have just farmed for like 30 to 45 seconds. He would have had AC, and that would have been a much easier push. But well, now they have it.
They did it anyway. This bear,
Chat's still mad about this agility notice. It's like really.
The thing is, it's like
it's not that distracting, right? Like it's not really that bad.
But it's like, what can you do? I mean, you know, it's one of those things that's beyond your control. We have to have a delay because that's how the stream works. There's no way that we can know.
Stop with your logic and reason. Period.
I know. What am I thinking? Jeez,
asshole.
I'm just gonna get my pitchfork out. Come on.
Can't we just be mad? Can't we just raise our pitchforks and get mad about this agility notice? Ay. Well, for Relax, it's just let's heal up, maybe wait for the next Aegis, and then go for our second lane of Rex. Pretty simple.
Yeah.
It should follow like a formulaic plan here, and it's OSG who will have to find a way to break the mold that this game has fallen into.
This Nagasaki, I mean, she's got song. Actually, she's fine. She could just sing and TP, but they're pinging her. They'd like to go on her. Don't know what they can do. Trying to think if they disable that they could shut her down.
Hook shot into battery cell is pretty much the
shot.
only way to kill her.
But she's gone.
Omni Slash does have a mini stun on the first strike.
It does,
yeah.
on the first strike, yeah. Those are the things, like, this is the weird thing about Dota. You either know that, or there's no way to ever discover that. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Nobody's going to go through it and say, oh, that's going to be... I mean, if you look at it, it says, interrupts channeling spells of the primary target. So it's like, okay, that makes sense. But it's just one of those things that, until you've actually played a lot of Dota, there's no way to really know that. How everything all interacts and stuff. Like Battery Assault working through Nagasiren's song. You know, if you didn't know that 100%, it's like easy to make that mistake. Weird. There's so much to this game.
Chomi's in a bit of trouble here. No, he'll be okay. Pops the Moonlight Shadow. So they are trying to break high ground again. They don't have Aegis right now, and they're doing it without the clockwork. I don't know if they want to commit to this.
I think they're fine.
But OSG are just hunting the clock instead of defending.
But as well, you know that Nagasiren just TP'd. Oh, the arrow! That was such a nice arrow. They're gonna kill the clock. But
they can just Rex now. That's not even worth it.
Yeah.
Well, Naga does have the TP to come back, but I think it's too late.
It was on cooldown, but yeah, they could get this down. Actually, maybe they can't fight now. Clock down. There goes the spin. There goes the song. But he's spinning through it.
Actually,
lives.
is there
couple poison spits? Poison spits. Nope. Now they can just run at it.
But they used song, and they didn't really do that much with it.
No. Now they're breaking. And of course, you got the sustain from Chen, Mech, and his ult. Very strong.
Whoops.
The bear lives. Oh wow.
Camera work took a turn for the worse there. Completely missed the Omni Slash, but I was like, oh, they're backing off, and then Jug just was like, YOLO. But they're gonna get Rex now.
Yeah, they are. And this is 2 lanes of Rex, and this is
pretty much
GG. Yeah. For sure. Low kill game. Like, look, it's only 20 kills in 30 minutes. This is kind of methodical. I guess you get to this point in tournaments where people are like, okay, what do we need to do to win? We'll pick this, we'll do this strat, and we'll just win the game, and we'll move on. Like, I like the games just like 100 kills in 28 minutes. Those are my kind of games. Yeah,
bloodbaths are more fun.
Yeah.
Normally, Russian Dota delivers in that department, though. It's you know.
But this is the clutch time. This is the time when you win, you go through, or you know, you just want to be professional and get the job done. I get that. I think that's the right way to approach these kind of games.
Yeah, I just feel like I really wish this Naga had gone for a different item build. I really dislike this build.
I really don't get the Lincolns at all. But because I mean, if she was in the previous game with all those targeted spells and stuff, I'd get it. But she's not, so I don't quite get it. But I mean, yeah, weird. Given that she's already got Song, which is like, if people go on you and you can quickly mash, you know, you're going to be okay anyway. Yeah, it's kind of like so defensive, and I think they needed to fight a bit more. It was a bit tricky. I'm not sure about the Naga pickup at all, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I feel like they could have made it work with this. When Juggernaut has illusions, it kind of sounds like Omni Slash. I don't know if you've ever noticed that.
No, it does. It's like his attack. The Omni Slash sound effect is just his standard attack noise, like really
closer together. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember I was casting a game one time period, and I actually was like, "Oh, Jug uses Omni Slash," and then I was like, "How did he use it again?" And I was like freaking out, and it was because he had a Manta illusions for the first time, and people were, "Oh my god, you should have seen the chat that day." That was like one of the maddest chats you will ever see. LD Noobcaster, LD this bad, LD unplug, uninstall Steam, uninstall Life.
Well,
chat disband. Chat fucking disband.
Poor LD.
No, it was well justified though. It was pretty bad, but yeah, the sound effects are very similar though.
Yeah.
So the thing is, I
like Jug a lot actually. I like Jug. He's a fun hero. Like, I know he's not like particularly strong or whatever. He's not like OP or anything, but he is lots of fun and he's cool. If you get the good items, I've got the items so that he holds his samurai sword like above his head, like a kind of a kendo master or something. He's cool. He's a cool hero.
Wait, there's an item set where he does that? Oh,
yeah,
shot.
Yeah.
Here we go. And Timbersaw gonna get caught out on the retreat, but Venno dropping an ult, he just nailed that on like 3 or 4. Even if he goes down, that's gonna be a lot of damage. Arrow coming through as well, and in the end, it looks like nobody gonna end up dying.
Omni slashes up. He's waiting for the time.
Nicely.
She jumps out of it.
Easy E.
And the ult, and she runs.
think she's dead, though. Radiance.
She's dead. Surely. She could have killed the carrier. Yeah, she's dead. That should be GG. They should GG right now.
GG so coming any minute, guys. GG coming any minute.
If OSG had won this game, would they have gone through into something?
No. The top 4 is already decided. It's Sigma, Navi, Alliance, and is it Fnatic is the 4th team? Let me double check. I should know this, but let's see. Starladder, Alliance, Sigma, Navi, Fnatic.
Are you going out to Russia to cast?
Not
for the final?
I'm not sure. I don't think so, but not sure.
I'm just curious.
We will see. We will see.
Oh, charming. And the hookshot, and he jumps out. See, that's why you don't hookshot a Mirana. You're right, LD. Oh, the arrow!
I mean, he's got eggs now, right? So he could just do that again in 10 seconds.
Yeah, no probs.
But yeah, generally she's not the best hookshot target. Unless she's use leap. If she's use leap, you can get her.
Look at the cooldown now. With the Scepter, it's like it's already... The Omni Slash is already off cooldown. Omni Slash is such a fun spell.
Dude, I love Omni. Even in... I remember... Oh, here we go.
Here he goes! Get those illusions, buddy! Yeah! Nice.
That was one of the worst Omni Slashes you'll ever see, but...
Yeah.
He had fun doing it anyway.
Yeah. It's always fun. You are completely invulnerable while doing it, right? Like, there's no way it can be interrupted or anything like that. Is that right?
For Omni Slash, yeah, you're completely invulnerable.
Chuck's got 2 ways of being invulnerable then. He's got the spin, and he's got the ult. It's interesting.
And I believe they changed it in the latest patch where... Or maybe it's 2 patches ago, where he can now use items while he's Omni Slashing. So it's like Storm Spirit ult.
Yeah.
So you can like pop your drums or your... You know what's really good on Juggernaut? If you're like... Start trying
Sheepstick?
Well, Sheepstick's good on everyone, but it's not like specifically good on Jug.
Go on, man.
Mask of Madness is amazing on that hero, because if you have enough attack speed, you know you do those extra auto attacks in between the Omni Slash. Well, Mask of Madness is just easy, cheap attack speed, so...
Oh my god.
And you can heal from those slashes while you're in Omni Slash, too, so it's kind of cool. So I love going like Ags, Mask of Madness, and it's just like, you just keep on slicing. I love when you just get like, when you can just like kill 4 heroes with it. It's amazing.
Oh, there's the song. Nexus could be in trouble. But
Omni GG Slash?
Here we go!
Omni GG Slash?
Do it! Double kill! Can't spin to win just yet. Timbersaw might do him in, actually. He's got the Aegis, so what's he worried about? GG, well played!
GG! Our final match of Starladder Season 8 regular group stages is now over.
Wow, I'm glad I could be a part of it.
Well, yeah, thanks for joining me, Pyrian. It was a long night last night, so glad I had some much-needed company here, buddy.
It's cool.
And you're always fantastic company.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure to cast. It has been a long time since we cast together, because I know that we've both been super busy, but...
Yeah, hopefully in the new year we'll get to cast more together. I can join your pub stack if you'll have me at some point.
Oh, get on in. The stream would love it.
Okay. Probably not today, because I think I'm going to take a nap after this, but sometime very soon.
You just woke up, you lazy
I
shit.
slept like 4 hours! Oh, period.
Oh, fair enough. I didn't realize.
Have mercy. Okay. You just, like, assaulted me there. Like, you just woke up! What's wrong with you, LD?
Well, I'm gonna go and stream and play some dates. I've got to get past Slardar and Slark, so I've got a long old night ahead of me.
Everybody, be sure to check out his stream right now. It's twitch.tv/PyrianFlex. Give him 6,000 viewers. I'm sure it would make his day, and I'll probably be watching.
That'd be awesome. All
And
right, cool.
of course, they can all follow you. Twitter.com/PyrianFlex, YouTube.com/Ted himself, and if you want to follow me, Twitter.com/LDDona. So that's it for Starladder Season 8.
It's been a pleasure.
Okay, guys, we'll see you in Kiev. Pyrian, thanks for joining us. That's a wrap. Rebroadcast will be starting soon, and it's LD and Pyrian signing off. Good night, guys.